Well, good afternoon. The final week of Fight Camp this Saturday, live and exclusively on DAZN around the world as we close out with a tremendous card, some of the biggest stars and names in world boxing, of course, headlined by an incredible fight. Joshua Buatsi against Rhys Bellati in what is a WBA eliminator for the world title. Tremendous fight and lots to take you through before we get to that main event. Delighted to be joined by what can only be described as a late addition to this card, Zelfa Barrett. Welcome, welcome. You'll take on Viral Simeon this Saturday. We know the background. You were due to fight in Mexico. That card got delayed because it went onto red list as well. Training really and preparing yourself for what looks to be the Kiko Martinez rematch later on in the year in Manchester, but great to get out this Saturday and a much needed trip for you, 8 rounds this weekend.
Of course, you know, I was working hard because I was fighting in Mexico, fighting a Mexican, and then, you know, you've done your magic and got me here, so I'm just happy to be here, so I appreciate it, thank you.
It's been a tough couple of months for you and the family. I mean, the passing of your mum has been difficult for you as well. Important to get back and stay in the gym and obviously get this 8 rounds under your belt before moving into a major fight for your career later this year.
Of course, you know, my mum was my best friend. You know, she's with me now. Dale got me, so she'd want me to fight. She won't me to be bumming around or just be feeling sorry for myself. So something you had to do. Like I said, I appreciate getting me out, keeping my mind active.
Obviously, the division right now is red hot domestically as well. You have Joe Cordina, who fights this weekend. So Martin J. Ward losing a final eliminator as well. But you're right there now with the IBF. Your rankings there. I know you want to have that rematch with Kiko Martinez as well. You feel like you won the fight, so do I, but it was close. One bad scorecard probably made people see more controversy than there was, but that's definitely on the radar for you. Kiko Martinez will box in Spain in a couple of weeks, but we'd love to do that one in Manchester and make sure everybody knows 100% you won that fight.
Of course, that's what I want personally. I want it for myself because, you know I won the fight, but I can perform better than that, you know, and we've changed a few things in the background, so we're ready for this guy, and he won't go 12 rounds. I know that for a fact he won't go 12 rounds, so, you know, beat this guy Saturday, you know, back in the gym, Kiko Manchester, and then, you know, I'm ready for these big boys or the world title eliminators or the European. I'm ready for all of them now, but I just want to beat Kiko, and then I'm ready then.
But we'll make that fight. I know the gym is buzzing as well up in Manchester with Pat, and I think Lyndon is here as well. Good positivity there at the moment, good momentum up in that gym in Manchester.
Of course, you know, we all started at the bottom. Amateur days coming up, so Lyndon's my brother, so it's nice to have him here and just, you know, we're both shining together, and, you know, it's just a ripple effect, Saturday night performance, and then, you know, onwards and upwards.
Well, it's tremendous to see you back in the ring. Well done. We look forward to seeing Zelfa Barrett return to Fight Camp this weekend, of course, scene of one of the most stunning knockouts as well at Fight Camp last year. This time there'll be crowds. You'll enjoy it much more as he looks to continue his campaign in the super featherweight division, win on Saturday, and then look to make that Kiko Martinez rematch in Manchester later this year. We're going to have a quick photo up here with Zelfa, and then we'll be heading back to Chris and Darren. Yeah, thanks, guys. I absolutely loved this fight on Saturday night for so many different reasons. Raymond Ford against Rhys Bellati for the WBA Continental Featherweight title. Ray Ford, one of the standout amateurs in the US, been looking sensational. Very unlucky to have a draw last time out in a fight that he definitely won, and one of the top prospects in US boxing against Rhys Bellati, former Commonwealth champion, and always in entertaining fights. Absolutely must-win fight for both of these guys. Two matchroom fighters from across each other's pond. Ray, I'll start with you. Welcome, mate. That last performance was a frustrating one. Felt you won the fight, you did as well, but straight back into the fire in an absolute must-win fight this Saturday.
Yes, most definite. This one? Yeah. My last fight, it was a great learning experience. I fought another undefeated prospect, but what people don't know is I took that fight on a short notice, and on top of that, I recently had a daughter, so like that, I had to take a week off during my camp. But my team was trying to get me to, you know, pull out from the fight, but I was telling them, like, even on my worst day, he couldn't beat me, and that was true. I feel like I won the fight easily, but that's in the past now. We're here with Rhys Bellati, so my full focus is on him.
You desperately wanted that rematch. We tried everything we could to make it, doubled his money, trebled his money, whatever it was. He wasn't interested. I think he likes the draw with Ray Ford on his resume. But you wanted to come straight back into a big fight as well. You take on Rhys Bellati, very exciting fighter, punches very hard. You're over in the UK as well. These are the kind of challenges you want now in your career.
Most definitely, and I feel like Rhys Bellati somewhat resembles Aaron Perez, so that was another reason why I wanted to take this fight, to show people that I can handle pressure easily. So I know Rhys Bellati gonna be there, he gonna come to fight, he gonna be tough, and that's what I'm looking for.
Obviously, a lot of your US teammates you would have seen in the Olympics, a tremendous Olympics for the US team. First like that in a long while, Kayshawn and Richard Torres and Duke Reagan, etc. as well. Those guys now looking to make their name in the pro ranks, and you coming out of that amateur setup, you feel like now is your time to stamp your authority. First title as well. This is a major moment for your career on Saturday.
Definitely very excited about this being my first title. I definitely was watching the Olympics. I was, supporting the USA team. Keyshawn Davis, Duke Reagan, Tiger Johnson, O'Shea Jones, Richard Torres. Shout out to all of them. They did their thing in the Olympics. And hopefully we can all run it up and do the same thing how we've been doing in the amateurs and the pros now.
Thank you, Ray. Rhys, welcome back, mate. Another fight camp for you, this time with fans. Another big fight for you. Obviously, a very good fighter in Ray Ford. Inexperienced really in the pro ranks as well, and now yourself sitting here really as someone who's more experienced now in the pro ranks. Good fight, tough fight, but you're looking in great shape.
Yeah, like you say, I'm back again. It's good to be back with fans. It'll be a little bit different of an atmosphere. And it's a good fight. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to get back to winning ways.
Title on the line as well, and when you're in these kind of fights, you're almost sort of one win away from going on and actually having another major fight as well. For you, I know your defeat to Jordan Gill, you've been in those tough fights as well, but as motivated as ever to do the business on Saturday.
Yeah, probably more than ever. Like you say, obviously, I've been in tough fights. People that have beat me, they're good fighters. They're going on to do really good things. So I'm at that level where I now need to push on again and get a win, and like you say, propel myself for more and bigger fights.
I know you always used to rely on your power in there, and as you've stepped up and boxed those, smart fighters that move, and Ray is another one, Jordan Gill, Walsh, those kind of guys, added a little bit more to your game, and that experience just giving you a little bit more ring craft now, knowing that sometimes that's not enough to win fights against opposition like this.
Yeah, of course, you can't always rely on that. You have to have a different game plan. You have to work on different strategies to get to these fighters. You can't just think, I'll just go in there and bomb them out. It's not always the case, and hopefully you see that Saturday night. We've been working, we've been getting great sparring, and that will show Saturday night.
Well, Rhys, Raymond, good luck. This is a tremendous matchup. Ray Ford against Rhys Bellati, the WBA Continental Featherweight title, Saturday night fight camp live on DAZN. Gentlemen, let's have a photo here, please.
There was a time when that man on your screen is, well, not us, obviously.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, this is a tremendous matchup. Kash Farooq against Gerardo Castillo. We've seen so many great matchups between our home fighters, if you like, and Mexican fighters over these last couple of months, and I promise you, you are about to see another one on Saturday night. The vacant WBC International Bantamweight Championship on the line. Kash, seems like every time you're out, you're in entertaining fights. You know all about Castillo. This is going to be a great fight on Saturday.
Yeah, 100%. I've been training really hard for this fight, and I know he's going to bring a good fight on this Saturday, but I'm prepared for whatever he brings, and I'm doing anything to win, this, and pick up another title as well.
Yeah, another title for you, moving up those world rankings as well. You love to fight, Kash. I mean, you love to get in there, mix it at long range and at close range. We've seen you, like I said, last time out was tremendous as well. Is that just what we're going to see for Kash Farooq? I'm sure your trainers will tell you not to get involved with Castillo like you have done in the past. We know he's dangerous. We know he can punch as well, but you just love to fight.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, the last fight I kind of got dragged into a fight, but you want to win the easiest way possible, and that's what I'm going to do on Saturday night. And I went back in the gym and worked on the things I made mistakes in my last fight, and this fight, I'm going to do whatever I can to put in the best performance, and probably win the easiest way possible. You know, if that means going to the bell, I will. You know what I mean?
I know there's been a lot of fighters that have looked past Mexican fighters. You know, Josh Warrington was talking about Kanzu and other big unification fights. Of course, James Tennyson was talking about those big fights. They both came unstuck as well. I have to ask you about Lee McGregor. I mean, we spoke about it there. He's shown his desire. I've spoken to his team about that big rematch for Scotland. I know that your mind is 100% focused on Castillo on Saturday, but of course that is a fight that will always sit in the back of your mind.
To be honest, at the moment, it's not. You know, I mean, I'm fully focused on Saturday night, and I've been like that through my amateur career. Since my first fight, I was like, I'm going to take a fight at a time. Until this day, I just take a fight at a time because boxing, as you know, is, you know, I mean, you don't know where you can go after your next fight. So for me, Saturday night, and that's what I'm thinking about. I don't care what happens after that. So at the moment, it's Castillo I'm focused on.
Good luck to you, Kash. Gerard Castillo and your trainer as well. We are blessed in this sport to have so many stories behind fighters. The incredible story, Gerard Castillo, actually born deaf and unable to speak. All of his conversations happen through sign language with his trainer. An incredible story that I haven't seen before in boxing. Both Gerard and his trainer communicate via their own sign language, not an official sign language. And I'm going to speak to the trainer now, welcome via a translator as well. I've spoken to your promotional team. This is a very talented fighter who, with 2 defeats on his record, both, I've been told, were not really defeats. This is the ultimate opportunity in his career so far.
Bienvenidos primero. Ha hablado con el promotor y con todos y dicen que es muy talentoso como peleador, que ha tenido solo 2 derrotas y que no verdaderamente eran derrotas. ¿Qué quiere decir esta oportunidad para él?
Pues muchas gracias por recibirnos, por darnos la oportunidad. Yo creo que pues cada pelea es diferente, ¿no? El récord queda atrás. Nosotros venimos preparados a ganar esta pelea. Luis Gerardo quiere el cinturón. Está pues confiado en que va a ganar. Él confía en su trabajo. Nosotros venimos a hacer historia por lo que haga dentro del cuadrilátero, no por sus condiciones físicas.
Thank you so much for having us. We think that each fight is different. We're putting the record and the losses behind us, and we're prepared to win. Luis Gerardo wants the belt. He's confident in his work and that he's going to win. He wants to make history in the ring, and not because of his condition, but just because he wants to put up a good fight.
Obviously, the story with Castillo, I know you focus on the fighting, but it is the most incredible story. I heard about this only a couple of days ago. A very special relationship you two have between each other. We know a trainer's relationship with a fighter is always special, but you particularly communicate in your own way and must be extremely close as a team.
La historia, claro, que todos sabemos de Castillo. Claro que queremos enfocar en las peleas y todo, pero también la historia es tan increíble y solo la escuchó hace unos días, que es una relación muy especial entre ustedes. Cada entrenador tiene una relación especial con su peleador, pero esta es particularmente especial, ¿no?
Sí, claro. Pues necesariamente tenemos que tener mucha comunicación dentro de la vida real, no nada más en el gimnasio, para poder ir mejorando nuestra comunicación, que es a base de señas. Es muy complicado, es muy a veces desesperante dar una instrucción, dar una estrategia, dar una motivación con las condiciones físicas de la sombra, pero cada día mejoramos nuestra propia comunicación y tenemos la confianza de que pues no tenemos consideraciones dentro del ring y que nosotros venimos con lo que traemos de talento, tanto Gerardo como los conocimientos que hemos ido adquiriendo y que eso es igual a lograr el cinturón.
Yeah, of course. We have great communication, and we have to have it outside of the gym as well, not just in the gym, in order to create these signs and create this language. Sometimes it's complicated, and sometimes, we get desperate to give instructions and strategy and motivation with the physical situation that they're in. But they improve their communication every day, and they're confident that they won't have to worry in the ring about communication, and that the talent will show with everything that he's learned over the years, and that they'll have everything they can to win the belt.
And finally, we've seen some tremendous victories for Mexican fighters. Mauricio Lara, Giovanni Straffon. You're coming to win on Saturday night and you're ready for war out there at Fight Camp.
Han visto muchas peleas muy buenas, muchas victorias muy buenas de peleadores mexicanos como Mauricio Lara y Straffon. ¿Vienen a ganar este fin de semana? ¿Viene a ganar este sábado?
Sí, estamos confiados en ganar. Estamos confiados en nuestro trabajo. Por cierto, ahorita que mencionas a Bronco Lara, coincidió la concentración con él. Bronco en unos días más viene a pelear, pero creo que siempre nosotros ponemos todo de nuestra parte para, como mexicanos guerreros que somos, venir a dar un buen espectáculo y que no se van a arrepentir de vernos contratado.
They're very confident in winning and confident in the work that they've done. You mentioned Lara, and their camps actually coincided for this fight. They coincided, and he's obviously coming to fight here soon. And they say, as Mexicans, we always put everything as Mexicans and as warriors in the ring to bring a good show. So no one's going to regret watching. It's going to be a great fight, and they're confident they're going to win.
Well, thank you, guys. Thank you, Kash, as well. This is going to be a tremendous fight. Do not miss this fight. Kash Farooq, in my opinion, one of the top fighters in the bantamweight division, and Gerardo Castillo bringing real war on Saturday night at Fight Camp. Gentlemen, we'll have a photo up here, please. Well, the tough fights continue here at Fight Camp. No easy fights is the mantra. Hopi Price, 4-0 against Claudio Grande, 5-0. Hopi, start with you. Welcome. It's been a while coming, but you have got 2 fights scheduled in the space of, 4 weeks? But firstly, a very tough, undefeated opponent for you this weekend at Fight Camp.
Yeah, first of all, it's good to be back here at Fight Camp. There's a bit more of an atmosphere this time. And yeah, 2 fights scheduled in within the space of 4 weeks, but let's not get it twisted. Most prospects wouldn't have took this fight knowing I've got a 10-rounder in the hometown of Leeds in only 3 weeks' time, but these are the fights that I want, Italian prospect, 5-0, 3 knockouts, and all I'm concentrating on is Saturday night and to do a good job on him.
We know it's difficult for a fighter when they've got almost like a bigger fight scheduled. We saw it with Anthony Fowler on the first week. We'd agreed the Liam Smith fight, and he goes in there, and it's sometimes difficult to fight in the same kind of manner. But for you, just focus to get the job done on Saturday night, and then Headingley comes after that.
Yeah, fully focused on Saturday night. Headingley's in the back of my mind. I just get the job done first on Saturday night, and then we can look towards Headingley after that.
Obviously, with the pandemic, it's been difficult to get everybody out and prospects out in the same way that you'd like to get them out. You're someone that would probably have boxed 5 or 6 times a year. But what it has done is moved you at a quicker rate. Dave and the team have sort of looked at it and say, well, we're good enough to move quicker, so why shouldn't we move quicker? You have a 5-0 on Saturday. I think Hussein is 19-1 or something like that. Really, after those 2 performances, you're knocking on your door of British titles and eliminators as well. But seems like you and Dave are happy to move quickly, and you're confident that you can get victories at this kind of level.
Definitely. It's what I wanted anyways, to step up faster. And if anything, it's been a bit of a blessing in disguise because I've had more time to work in the gym and more time to spar top quality fighters. Kid Galahad won the world title last week. I've done numerous rounds with him throughout lockdown, and I feel it's brought me in a lot more as a fighter than it would have done fighting 3-4 more fights against these lower level opposition. So now just ready to fight these unbeaten guys and step up and look good doing so.
Claudio, welcome via your translator there as well. 4-0 against 5-0. This is quite unusual, but should be a great fight on Saturday.
Claudio, benvenuto. Il tuo avversario anche lui ha 4 match imbattuto. Sarà un grande match sabato?
Per me sì, io sono venuto qua per dare tutto, sono venuto per vincere e sono contento per questa grande opportunità e non vedo l'ora di combattere.
I'm grateful for the opportunity. I come here to win and I can wait for Saturday.
Obviously, with DAZN now in Italy and our relationship with OPI, a big opportunity for you. You're going to be giving away a lot of height like everybody does to Hopi Price, but you're ready to bring a great fight on Saturday.
Dice adesso con il nuovo accordo che abbiamo in Italia, che c'è DAZN, questa è una grande opportunità per te per metterti in mostra sabato.
Sì, infatti ringrazio per l'opportunità che ho avuto. Ho avuto un preavviso di 2 settimane, però sarò pronto per mettermi in mostra.
Yeah, I will take the opportunity to show my skill on Saturday, and I'm grateful once again for the opportunity.
Thank you, Claudio. Thank you, Hopi. The development of one of the top young prospects in British and world boxing, Hopi Price, continues this Saturday live on DAZN against Claudio Grande, 4-0 against 5-0. We look forward to this one live on DAZN. Gentlemen, we have a photo here, please. Cracking fight, this time in the welterweight division. Massive moment for both of these guys. Michael McKinson against Ranowski, WBO Global Welterweight title. Michael McKinson now looking at number 4 in the world, ready to move on and challenge for a world title. Great win last time out in Gibraltar against Chris Congo. This side, on the A side, as you were saying earlier, you've worked your way all the way here. You can't let this opportunity slip now. Everyone, all eyes on you, ready to try and move forward to get into a mandatory position for that WBO world title. Big fight against Ranowski on Saturday.
Yeah, it feels different being the A side for a change. A lot more pressure on me, but that's what I enjoy. I've got a tough opponent. He's a very solid test for me. He's coming off form as well, so. And him and his team, they're very, very confident. They're very confident. But what I do best is I'll ruin that confidence. Round by round, that confidence will soon fade. I've been fully focused on Ranowski. I haven't been focused on anybody else. Get the job done on Saturday, get the job done in style, and then we move on.
We know your style is tough to beat. Last time you boxed Chris Congo also has a style that's very tough to beat. No one really wanted to fight Chris Congo. Once again, you stepped up in that fight. Ranowski will be aggressive in this fight. You feel his style will suit you. And I know you want to win on Saturday, but you want to make a statement in doing it.
Yeah, I know I'll win on Saturday. I want to look good doing it. I think he's got the type of style which will make me look good as well. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to put on a good display of boxing.
You kind of slipped under the radar in boxing to get yourself in that top 5 position in the world. Do you feel a little bit more pressure now to perform and excite? I mean, you saw Kid Galahad last week. Some people have talked about his style. I think he threw over 1,000 punches last week, didn't stop coming forward. Is that what we should expect from you this weekend? I know you got your game plan to win as well, but I get the feeling you want to do it in style as well.
Yeah, I do well under pressure, and I proved that last time out. There's a lot more pressure on me this time, going into the fight the favourite. Like I said, new territory for me, but I know, like, a great occasion, a big show and everything. I know I'll perform, and I know I'll perform well, and that's all that matters, getting that W.
Thank you, Michael. Team Ranowski, welcome. You took this fight so quickly. You seem so confident about this fight. You're on an incredible run. This is a big moment for you against the world number 4 on Saturday.
First, thank you, Eddie, for the fight. Thank you, Michael, to the accept to challenge. And now I speak Polish, please, okay? Because Polish language is very beautiful. Cóż, jestem gotowy. Trenowałem ciężko 2 miesiące. Nie boję się McKinsona. Wiem, że jest to dobry zawodnik. Mam niewygodną pozycję, ale wszystko wskazuje na to, że ja tę walkę wygram, ponieważ na sparingach przerabialiśmy każdy wariant sparring partnera, każdy wariant McKinsona i jestem gotowy na każdego McKinsona.
I'm ready for this big fight. I trained very hard. I had a 2 months camp. I had very good sparring partners, and I'm ready to showcase my skills on Saturday. Please tune in.
This is such a huge opportunity for you. If you win this fight, you'll go into the top 5 in the world. Michael McKinson is very skillful, very tough to beat. You have to really bring the heat to him on Saturday.
Tak, wiem ile mam do zyskania, to mnie dodatkowo motywuje, ale na pewno nie skreślam ani nie lekceważę przeciwnika. Wiem, że też doszedł tam ciężką pracą, walczę teraz o 5. miejsce na świecie i wiem, że mogę to zrobić i być 5. na świecie, także nie mogę się doczekać soboty.
I'm very confident I'm going to win this fight, and I'm going to show you on Saturday. Please, Runowski is coming.
And finally, Martin, I know you love your fighters and you're a little bit crazy. In fact, internally in the team, you are known as Mad Martin, which is a good thing, don't worry. But you really believe that your man is going to win this weekend. You message me all the time. You've been a big supporter of the quality of this young man, and you believe this is his moment to shine on Saturday.
Last time Runowski wasn't prepared to the fight. He took a short notice. This time going to be different Runowski. This time he's going to pass this challenge, and we're going to be number 5 in the world. Please, let's see everything on Saturday. Thank you very much, Eddie, to give us this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Team Ranowski, Michael McKinson. Good luck, the WBO Global Welterweight title, but more importantly, the winner of this fight moving towards a shot at the mandatory position for the WBO World title. Look forward to this one live on DAZN from Fight Camp. Gentlemen, up here, please. So we move on to our co-main event of the evening. In my opinion, a guy who is right there, ready to challenge now for a world title. Joe Cordina against Joshua Hernandez. Joe, I'll start with you. We were going to America. The date got pushed back because of Canelo Alvarez's situation. The opportunity came up to fight at Fight Camp, I think maybe 10 days later than we asked you. Jumped all over it, been in the gym, ready to go. Great fight for you on Saturday night.
Yeah, of course. We were scheduled to fight at the end of August, I think, in LA. Obviously, that didn't happen. The opportunity come to fight in Fight Camp. I haven't fought here yet, and it's something I wanted to tick off my list. So yeah, I jumped at it with both hands. Me and Tony said 100%. We had a list of opponents, and we wanted to pick the hardest one. And Joshua Hernandez, he's 10-3, but them 3 losses, I think they're just little blips. He boxed Chris Colbert, lost to him, who's just won an interim title, and a defeat that he soon turned back over, I think, in his next fight. So yeah, he's a tough opponent, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you look at that record and you may be thinking this might be an easier night's work for you, but I'd probably go to say probably the toughest fight of your career to date. I know the fight in Monaco was a tough one against Tinoco, but this guy, we saw him on one of our cards at Matchroom Boxing USA, had a split decision. In fact, he should have won that fight, I think, against an 18-0 fighter. Had a very good fight with Chris Colbert, as you said. Interestingly, we're speaking to Charlie and Tony and the team and the plans for the future. I know you have your fight, your mind fixed on Saturday, but basically I kind of get the feeling now you're ready to go.
Yeah, well, everything, as we said in previous press conferences, and since I started boxing, so since I turned pro, my aim is to be a world champion, and that's what I plan on doing. And obviously Joshua Hernandez is in my weight, and he's trying to stop me. So I just got to get through Saturday nights. And if I'm to go on and challenge for world titles and win world titles, I've got to beat someone like Joshua Hernandez. But like you said, he's a very, very tough opponent, and his record don't state how actually good he is. So yeah.
And obviously, coming off the Rio games, you've seen some of your former teammates as well do so well in those games as well. We always work off those cycles. And obviously now you'd like to think that when those guys turn pro off the back of Tokyo, the Rio guys are ready to fight for world titles. Massive night for you and your former teammate, Joshua Buatsi, but you feel like now is the time, as you see those guys turn pro, and shout out to them as well. Now's your time to get this momentum coming off the pandemic and the hand injury as well. Get this win and move straight forward into major fights and get ready to challenge for the super featherweight world title.
Yeah, of course. Like you said, the cycle before us, like Kai Yafai, 4 years on, he went and won a world title. Same as Callum Smith. It's just like that same sort of scenario. This time around, the boys and the girls have finished the Olympics, and now it's our time. Don't get me wrong, I'm a couple of fights away, but we're still in touching distance. But yeah, they've done amazing, as you said. So shout out to them as well. But yeah, I'm there. I'm there. I can see it. I can feel it. And yeah, I just want to get closer and closer. And Saturday night, I got to beat Joshua Hernandez to get that little bit closer to my dream, which is to become a world champion.
Thank you, Joe. Joshua, welcome. I know you always stay ready for opportunities. We talked about this fight for the end of August again, and now you took this opportunity in the UK. I've got to say, when we had you on our show in Chicago, you was in one of the best fights I've ever seen. How you didn't get the decision that night, I think against the opponent, I think he was 19-0. Great fighter. You've been thrown in the deep end time and time again, and another massive opportunity for you on Saturday night.
Yeah, I just want to thank DAZN, Eddie, Matchroom for having me here. It's a blessing. I stay ready, I stay prepared, stay in the gym, working on my mental, physical strengths, and I feel ready to go. You know, the past is the past. My record's not pretty, but it is what it is. If you do the research, the only person to beat me is Chris Colbert, right? I should be 12-1, but it is what it is. I'm here to prove a point.
And obviously when you fight a fighter like Joe Cordina with his world ranking positions, when you take opportunities like this, the rewards are massive. Now, you win this fight on Saturday, all of a sudden you're probably top 10 in most governing bodies, completely transforms your career.
Yes, and God doesn't make mistakes. You know, I'm a man of faith, and coming off of work, I'm a school teacher. So once the school year ended, you know, normally I pick up a job or something for the summer, and I was like, you know what? I just feel like I had a blessing coming my way. I don't know what it was, but I spoke to my brother, spoke to my family. I was like, you know, I'm not going to work this summer, just going to focus on the sport, focus on boxing, and here we are. So I'm blessed and I'm ready.
Well, you got your opportunity Saturday night out there. Big fight for you and a big fight in the career of Joe Cordina as well. Cordina against Hernandez this Saturday live on DAZN. Gentlemen, if we could have a head-to-head, please.